and Eddie Kettenberg and Nathan Jane on the front row.
Looks like the Kramar's in there as well in the second row.
Wow, that is the best start Aaron Hassan has ever done in his life. Only dropped one place going into turn one, and it's Aaron Hassan is Aaron. Wow, he's done it. He's whole shot at his first ever race. Aaron Hassan takes the lead into turn two, followed by Nathan Jane, Ashton Hughes, Tom London, and then Richard Markham Barrett on the Kramer. Eddie Kettenberg about in 6th, 7th, just getting nudged out into turn four.
Richard on the Kramer had got flicked out of the seat there coming out of turn four.
Avalon Biddle's back at about 10th place. Not a very good start by Avalon. Connor London in 4th, again not the best start. The launch control on the ZX10 they haven't got dialed in just the way they want it, and he's back in 4th again like race 1, but Aaron is looking really comfortable out there in the front of the race, trying to make an early break on the 3 behind him. As we know in the race 1 they had a good battle until Connor came through and just decided to leave him behind.
Yeah, as we were saying before, 600s and superbikes are very similar around this short track here at Taupo. Yeah,
the superbikes are a little bit more power, but it's a lot heavier and harder to manoeuvre around. Connor takes a wider line and squares off that last corner brilliantly, and he blasts past Ashton Hughes down the straight and into 3rd. Ashton Hughes not giving it out without a fight though, and trying to hang it around the outside, but looks like Connor's got it done. Yep. Aaron Hassan going really well, doing a 12.8 from a standing start. Aaron is going to be buzzing after this. He can finish wherever he wants, and he is going to be the happiest man in this paddock, I can promise you that. Nathan Jane, Connor London and Ashton Hughes back in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. That ZX10's got a great drive. When it comes to brakes, just a little bit harder to pull up, and Nathan can hold on to 2nd. Richard Markham Barrett doing a great job holding on to 5th on the Kramer. It's an intermediate bike and doing a great job here in senior. Connor London round, there's no room over there. Had to back out of it. He was alongside Nathan Jane, but there's not a lot of room over there. There's a single line to that chicane, and he's had to back out of it. He's under brakes up the inside of Nathan. Very nice move on the 1000 over a 600. Aaron Hassan's got a bit of a break here. He's gone really quick lap, and would not be surprised if he gets into the 10s. And he's done a 10.3 on a 600. That is flying. Aaron is riding an immaculate race at the moment.
Connor London did a 10.5 that same lap, but he's got a clear track now, so Connor will be doing all he can to chase Aaron down.
This is looking really well. Good. Aaron's riding really well. He's got everything dialed in really well. Connor's riding really well though. You can see by Connor's style, he's got it real leaned over. Ashton Hughes is trying to make short work of Nathan Jane as well. But Aaron will be so not used to the situation being out in front of someone. He's always just had to, through every single race at Nationals and Tri-Series last year and pretty much every race he's ever done, he's had to come through from behind of where he wants to be. I talked to him just after the first race, and he said that he was so happy about his start. He's like, I only lost 3 places, and here he is getting the whole shot of his first ever race. So he will be seriously wrapped. Connor's closing down the gap as they come into the chicane off the end of this back straight. It looks like a good lap by Connor. Both riding really well, which will be interesting to see how Aaron deals with coming up behind him. Connor into the 9s with a 9.7, and that is seriously humming. Tony Rees' lap record's about a 9.96, I think it is, a 9.5, which is Connor's seriously close to it down the lap record pace at 9.7. Aaron's not going slow at all, doing 10.4s, but Connor is just pushing on something fierce at the moment.
It looks like Connor's not scared of the power of that superbike. He's got the rear moving around a bit out of the corners. Watch it just rocket out of here into turn 5. You make a lot of ground on Aaron.
Oh, he almost tried to jump out of gear there. He said he's loving the ZX10 a lot. He likes it better than the 600. There's a lot of electronics on this, and he said he gets be able to get used to it pretty quick. He is really good on the brakes as well, Connor. I think that his season over in Europe's really helped his experience. On the brakes, he's a lot stronger now than he used to be, and he's a lot smarter and calmer than he used to be before he had his overseas excursions. He used to be really aggressive.
And he lives at Taupo.
And he lives here at Taupo, so he is practicing a lot, which is great to see a young guy doing.
How many times has he ridden this superbike?
His first ride on the superbike was last week, and this is his first ever race on it. His first proper ride was yesterday, and he was down to 11s on his first time, which is really great. He's still on the 9s at the moment. He's run a little bit wide in turn 2, lost a little bit of ground, but the power of the ZX10 should be able to make it up down that back straight. Ashton Hughes still struggling to get past Nathan Jane in third. Nathan's riding really well, really defensive, and Ashton can't seem to just make his move. You notice with Connor that there's a lot of places where he could have a go, but it will be a little bit hit and miss. And he's sort of just patiently waiting for the right moment to pass instead of throwing it somewhere where it might not work like he might have done in the past. So it's really good to see. A maturing rider. The battle group for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th is really heating up, with Eddie Kattenberg headed Jake Weller, Richard Markham Barrett, Hamish Tarr and Avalon Biddle. Eddie Kattenberg has managed to get to the front of it, and Jake Keller's gone through Richard Markham Barrett. So it'll be Jake Keller in second one in this group's one to watch, and he throws it up the inside in the last corner. Very nice move, bit of a block pass and nothing Eddie could do about it. Got a little bit squirmy out of the last corner over those grid markings. Avalon's looking for a way through as well. Just pulls back inside, and Eddie tries to go up the inside, and just the door's slammed in his face by Jake Keller.
Yeah, Eddie Kattenberg's been a great rider for many years, maybe before I started, and it's good to see him back. He knocked his head a bit when he crashed at Hampton Downs last year, but he's obviously back up to speed and A-OK.
Ashton Hughes had got past Nathan Jane into turn 1, and Nathan Jane pulled up right alongside him out of the hairpin and just couldn't make it stick because they sort of ran out of room. So we're counting down the laps now. There's about 2 laps to go, and Aaron Hassan still leads this one ahead of Con London, that's right on his tail. Connor has a really nice line out of that last corner, squares it off and gets the power of the ZX10 down. He's looking right up behind Aaron. Couldn't do it into turn 1 this time.
Connor did a 9.7 that last lap.
Still looking really quick. Connor still in the 9s and Aaron in the 10.0s. Aaron's quickest lap last lap was a 11.0, and so he'll be quite rapt about how this one's gone back into the 10s. Riding really well. He's going to have to be on his top of his game.
Connor had a look there, but he might be able to squirt him down this short straight on the superbike, but not quite. Oh, someone's down there at turn 4.
Oh, Hamish Tarr in a 3rd place, but the dust bike's right on the outside of the track. Not a great place for a bike to be. He's up and all right though, which is the main thing. As Connor still tries to get the best of Aaron Hassan. That'll be a shame for Ashton Hughes doing a really good job in 3rd place.
I've done that, lost the front of the superbike. I know how you feel.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, Con London right on the back of Aaron Hassan here. Connor taking it slower, and on the grid markings tuck the front, and the rear came around as well. Probably won't be able to get it done in turn 1 this time. The white flag's out, so it's the last lap. So Connor will not lead this last lap going into the last corner. His marshals are pretty close to the track, it's a little bit average. But as these fast boys come around, hopefully they get well enough out of the way. This battle group for 5th is Jake leads that, Eddie behind, and that bike is seriously close.
Connor's right on the back of
Connor's right on him. Aaron gets a good drive out of the hairpin, but Connor uses the power of the ZX10. He's going to stay in behind Aaron as they go into the hairpin for the last lap of the race. Nathan James a really lonely 3rd out there in this battle for the lead in the last lap as they come around where the ZX10 can use its power, and there's nowhere to pass through the chicane. So single file as they come into the last chicane. It's the last place Connor's going to be able to do it. Right on his tail. Uses the power up the inside. Outbrakes Aaron going in. He's going to run a little bit wide. Aaron, I don't think Aaron's going to have anything for this. Connor on the grid marking's a little bit squirmy, but he's going to use the ZX10, and it's going to go to Connor. He definitely had to work for that one. Aaron dropped off a little bit on that last lap. He'll be a little bit disappointed with how his pace went off there, but Connor, great move in the last lap to take that one. Nathan Jane coming over the line in 3rd. Bit of a lonely ride after Ashton Hughes went down at turn 4. Jake Keller's just going to hold on from Eddie Kettenberg. Looks like for 5th, Eddie in 6th. Richard Mark and Barrett on the Kramer in 7th, Hamish Tarr and Avalon Biddle.
There's a good group of about 5 of them there, quite close, so they should be able to battle on for the rest of the day amongst themselves.
The overall points will be seriously spaced out because we had a lot of fast guys at the first round with Mitch Rees and Hayden Fitzgerald, and then Aaron, Ashton Hughes and Connor London coming out for this one. The second round was not a big turnout, it was quite wet. Nathan Jane was here and went round and round in circles and managed to win the senior race for that one. So in the points, Nick Campenhout, who's not here, was leading coming in today, but Nathan Jane will be leading now. As we look down the field, there's not a lot of people looking to challenge him, so this may be Nathan Jane's series to lose.